think things are quite that desperate.
Hi, greetings and welcome to another episode of Drama in the Dirt. So glad you joined us. I can't think of a better place for you to be than here. Really. We are Time Travelers, the sequel. This week I returned to the sites of the demolished houses. So I want to share that experience with you. Be sure to stop back again next week. I think we're going to get some nice weather. The farmers are a little bit behind on planting. So, not that I wish them any ill, but for us, it makes it a little better if they don't plant. But again, keep America in your prayers. It's hard times right now. We pray for those who obviously are trying to help those who are ill, and hopefully they don't become ill, and try to understand that the reason for this is to obviously slow the spread so the healthcare system does not get overwhelmed. So let's be patient, pray for our president, whether you like him or not. It's got to be a hard job. I wouldn't want it. So again, keep on digging. May all those digs make you smile. Why? Because you're bringing history back to the future. Take care. Have you ever thought about time? You can't hold it in your hand. You can't see it, but we know it exists. I think we're all fascinated by time. In our conscious mind, we know that we dwell in time. We exist. The thing about time is that it always moves forward. We can't move it backwards. Time travel has long been a staple of science fiction books and movies. But will we ever be able to build a time machine and beam ourselves backward and forward in time in real life? In some cases, of course, we're all time travelers. We move forward in time from 1 minute to the next. Going back in time, whether to avoid some mistake or perhaps to repeat it, is something far more exclusive. And for those who yearn to see what the world will look like a century or millennium from now, the slow tick of your watch as time passes just doesn't cut it. The rhetorical underpinnings of time travel date back to 1905, when Albert Einstein wrote down his special theory of relativity that showed that space and time are intimately linked, and to 1916, when Einstein's general theory of relativity showed that space and time are malleable. That is, that they respond to the presence of matter or energy by warping, bending, expanding, and contracting. By extension, this means that if one can imagine space being filled with some exotic form of energy, then space and time could warp in a way so that time as well as space could be bent back upon themselves, like circles, allowing one to move forward in a straight line. still return to one's starting point in both space and time. We as metal detectorists, in a sense, have a time machine in our hands. Those machines make us all time travelers. I'll tell you, this dig has been a real gas. Seriously. That rang like a dime. And I raised the coil and it's like, it disappeared. I was more over this way. I really wasn't over it, so anyway. Look at that, a bent weedy. I got it up. It's already dried in this wind. I don't know what year. Being bent like that, it read more like an Indian. Let me see, of course it's hard to get anything to read in all this trash. Well, it's about 76. If you need a good field shovel, I got that Fiskars. I bought that Fiskars. It was $47. I cut about 2 inches off the end of the spade though. But I use it in frozen ground and it goes really deep and you can turn up a big plug with it. So just a little FYI. Well, you're not going to believe it. I think I just pulled a largie out of this mess. Yep, sure did. Not in bad shape either. Oh man. I'm going to turn this on for you and just give you an idea what this sounds like. 1840 something. For heaven's sake. I've been here 2 hours and I've pulled that bent wheat penny. And the rest is junk. We'll just let it dry like that. It looks pretty good. Let me get this so I get the last number. Jammed a piece of glass in my finger today making arrowheads. See, that's braided right. I think it's 45. The sun's shining. I can't see. Yeah, it looks like 45 or 48. But I'm really glad to get that. Fortunately, I think it was shallow enough that I was able to get a signal on it. That's in decent shape. I really like that. Great. Great. All right. Let me turn this. I'm gonna turn my headphones off so you can hear this. How bad it is. Oh, that's on corn. This whole area, I bet 2 acres, is just like this. Might as well be in a submarine. I mean, I'm not saying you can't pick through it. I ran the small coil, and I didn't have any luck hardly with it. So I just went back to the big one. I'm going to run coins. If I get a good hit, I'm going to dig it. That looks nice. Dried out nice. Nice coloring. And a lot of nice details. It looks like the Liberty's full, best I can tell. Look who came to the party. You know, no digging party's complete without it. A zinc. I think we got a 2-piece here. Oh, it's a 4-holer. That thing rang exactly where a pull tab rings. I wasn't going to dig it, but look, this Sunbaker wedding band. See it? I got a tone and I looked down, there it was. Well, I hope it's a counterfeit. I've got several of these, but never a counterfeit. Find out. Hot dog. I like that. Tell me what you think. Aluminum? I don't think it's silver. It was ringing 87. I bet it's a token. Yeah. It's part way out of the ground. It says, "You are stuck." Oh, no, it doesn't. They say that I had a professor in college who was had been a policeman. He says, "You'd be surprised." Oh, I'd say it's a weights and measure, Ohio seal, scale. But he said that you'd be surprised the people that have taken a check from somebody that signed it, "You are stuck." The Great Seal of Ohio. You suppose I should turn it right side up? There we go. I think we got it. The mountains. All right, it was a little bit of a shocker, but I could tell by the numbers it wasn't a big silver dollar. All right, I was real fortunate this morning. One of my friends, a farmer, called. He was putting some jack posts in his barn, and he lost the pin in about 6 inches of loose hay. So I didn't use my detector. I just used a magnet I have on a pole, and we found it in about 3 seconds. But anyway, I've been over here detecting, and I have always wanted to do this. There was a huge row of hedges. Well, they finally decided to tear them out, and it did pay off. I got an Indian right here at the edge. Let's see. Yes, I'm always cutting that thumb. Let me see here if we can see that. I hope to find some silver in here. A couple of years ago, I found a silver-plated button just right here along the edge. But I always wanted to get back, way back in those boots. You can see how deep they were. I mean, it would have been a job. And it might not have paid off much to crawl back in there. But let me see if we can get a date. I think it's 1881. Is that right? Nice looking coin. Looks like it has quite a bit of detail left. And there you have it. I have a matching set. They're for sale, okay? Let me know. First coin, Wheatie. I think it's 2007. So we've got an old monster signal here. Look at that. What do you suppose that is? It's definitely old. Brass. Almost there, so we're kind of coupled, doesn't it? Well, we got cleaned up. I'd say it's off. It looks like a slip clutch, and that there.